Hi, my name is Shelby. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So, today I'm going to talk about my birth and how it went and how it was very unexpected. So, her actual due date, Aurora, wasn't until October 15th. But because she was breached, which means that her head wasn't down like it was supposed to be, her feet were down instead, that they wanted me to do a C-section on Thursday, which I think was the 8th. Yeah, so then we did a C-section on October the 8th instead. And I was like, okay, but I was like super scared because I didn't know what to expect from it. Like, in the very beginning, like, I kind of knew I might have to have a C-section, but I thought maybe, like, I wouldn't have to, but I did, sadly. So then I was gonna go to a doctor's appointment, talk about it, have everything I could do to be ready for it, pack my hospital bag, all that. Okay, so then a few days come, and it comes around the time to be October the 4th, which is a Sunday. After I knew I was in the C-section, already planned all that. I was with my boyfriend. We went out to eat. Like, we were going to spend the night together, everything. Like, I didn't pack my hospital bag. Like, we didn't really do anything. But we had the car seat at least, and we set up the room for her at least. Like, we made sure to set all this up for her so that she had somewhere to sleep, at least in case she came early. So, the night of the 4th or whatever, I decided to, me and my friend, we got intimate. Because I didn't think I was going to induce my labor by doing that, though. So we went to sleep at like 3 a.m. and then it was October the 5th. And about 5 a.m. I woke up in so much pain. Like, I couldn't sit, I couldn't like lay down, nothing. Like, I was in so much pain. Like, but I took it. And like, I tried to go back to sleep for a little while. I went to sleep maybe 30 minutes. I woke up. I tried to poop, and I literally was like pooping, but like it would barely come out. So I got in the shower. It helped a little bit, but I had no idea I was in labor the entire time. Like, when I say, like, I didn't know, I did not know at all. Like, I just thought that I was in pain. She was kicking a lot, and I just couldn't handle it. When I got in the shower, I was, like, broke down crying. Like, I was in so much pain. Like, I just couldn't help but cry. So then I didn't want to wake my boyfriend up there because I didn't want him to, like, I didn't want to be dramatic either because I wasn't sure I was in labor. So, like, I didn't want to be dramatic and be like, oh, yeah, I'm not in labor. Like, I'm fine. Like, because I've done that before, too, where I think I'm in labor and I'm not. Okay, and so then, like, I started crying beside the bed, and that's when I woke him up. And at first, like, we both thought I was just exaggerating the pain. Like, we both didn't know, like, I was in pain like that. So he was gonna go back to sleep at first, but then he didn't. He was like, "No, let me stay awake for her." We called my doctor, and my doctor, like, I could barely talk. I barely walked anything. So my doctor was like, "Go to the ER." I was so much pain. My boyfriend was trying to make me laugh the whole way to the hospital, the entire time, and I just wasn't laughing. I was in too much pain. Like, I just couldn't do it. I was like, "No, like, I'm in pain. Like, leave me alone. Like, stop." But I wasn't being mean. I just was trying to cope with my pain. So we got to the hospital, I could barely walk. Like, I was just trying to breathe through everything. So I went to the hospital, they put it on the gown for me, they checked my contractions. I was having contractions every 3 minutes. They checked how dilated I was 5 centimeters dilated. And so I was like trying to hold on to my boyfriend, but I didn't want to hurt him, so I held on to his shirt. And like, the labor pain when I got to the hospital, it like calmed down a little bit. Like, I still hurt, but not to the point where I would have wanted to like cry. Like, I could like deal with it then. So then I gave my COVID test, but the nurse didn't know I was breached, so they were just gonna they were gonna give me epidural and all that. But then I was like, no, I'm breached. I was like, no, I'm breached, and I have to have a C-section, so they had to hurry up and like have an OR ready, like prep it and everything, like, because they didn't know. And so when they prepped my OR, I went in, and instead of epidural, they gave me a spinal block, which it didn't hurt going in at all. It's just like I had it, they put it in the middle of a contraction, so like it was a little uncomfortable. But like, I was so scared. I was gonna cry because me and my boyfriend's in another room while they like prepped me, and like I didn't want to do anything by myself. Like, I needed him every step of the way because I just couldn't handle it at all. Like I wasn't like in pain. I didn't want to be without him. I needed him so much at that time. Like, I was so emotional. And like it makes me like somewhat like, I'm not sad, it's just like it's very emotional. Like I remember like how I felt that morning, everything. So it was about 10 in the morning when they prepped me and everything, and my boyfriend came back in, and like I just was looking at him, and like I was just telling him like how scared I was. Like the whole time like they were giving me a C-section, like I wanted to cry. Like it was like the most like emotional thing ever I think I've ever gone through. Like I could feel them inside me. It didn't hurt or anything, but like I could feel them the whole time, and it just was so like emotional. So when they pulled her out of me, like she was like peeing and pooping everywhere. My boyfriend looked at my guts on the table, and like they cleaned her off and everything. And like she didn't really cry that much. She was a quiet crier, but like she was like so blue when she came out. So like we were a little worried about her. And she was 7 pounds and 15 ounces when she came out. But like after I had her, I was so like relieved. Like I was so happy. Like I didn't even like, I cried a little bit because I was like so emotional. But like other than that, like I was fine. Like, and then after I had like C-section, they like stitched me up. They gave me morphine so that I could like calm down, because I was shaking so much after I gave birth. Like I could not stop shaking non-stop. Like there was just so much like it was just my nerves were everywhere. And so then like after I gave birth, they put me like in this room, like not really a room, it was like this big room with all these curtains for like 30 minutes. Me and my friend went there with Aurora, and I tried to like eat. I was so hungry, so I tried to eat these crackers and like apple juice, and I threw it all up. Like I almost threw up on her, and I felt so bad. I threw up all like in these like little like bags or whatever. It was bad. Like the day I had her, like I barely had like an appetite until that night, and I had Taco Bell. But I spent 3 nights in the hospital, and like the pain, I'll say like isn't too bad. It's just like walking sometimes. If I walk for too much, it's like my left side will hurt. But I don't like taking the drugs too much because like I don't want to overdo it. But like this is like I think the greatest accomplishment I've ever had in my life. Like I'm very happy to like have her. Like I'm glad everything went the way it did, because like I don't regret anything. I don't regret my decision. I don't regret anything with her. And that's like the best thing to do, because she like I've never been depressed at all. Like my whole pregnancy I was like scared, because like I was young. Like I'm still young, but I was like literally just turned 18. So like it was scary. Like I didn't graduate yet. Like but like now, like I feel like I have like somewhat of a better shape. Like I graduated. Like I'm spending time with my child. Like I want to like do great things for her. So it's just like I know where I want to go in my life. And like I don't know, she makes me so happy. Like this, I think like after I had her, like most people they say they're depressed. I was the happiest person on planet Earth. Like my boyfriend moved in with me. Like literally just having my family together it made me so happy. Like having both in the same room with me just literally put my life together where I wanted it to be. And I'm blessed that like I could have it like this, because some people can't, and so I'm just glad. But that's for my story. Thank you so much for watching. We'll have another one soon.